Hello, and welcome to Word of Hope. I'm Brother Joe Trout, coming to you from St. Dominic Priory in St. Louis for Friday of the 8th week in Ordinary Time. And our gospel today is a wonderful one because it has some bizarre lines, but it also has some strange lines which aren't quite the ones that you think at first. So we have a whole lot to go on. We've got Jesus being hungry, going out to the fig tree to look for figs to eat, but it wasn't the time for figs, so there are no figs, and Jesus curses the tree. And in fact, later that day, the disciples find it totally withered up. What's going on here? Is Jesus just petty because he wanted fruit and he can just show off and curse this tree? Is he stupid that he doesn't understand that there shouldn't be figs at this time? Interesting question. Then we have Jesus cleansing the temple in the middle of this account, that he goes in and is driving out the money changers. Then we get him saying that if we just have faith, we can pray and this mountain will be moved. Right? That's a lot going on. And it's never been totally clear to scholars what exactly is going on with this fig tree account. But let me offer you one way to think about this. Not the only way, just one way. First, we get a story about this fig tree where there shouldn't be anything. There should be no figs. And there are no figs. And Jesus criticizes it. Then he goes to the temple where there should be money changers. They need money changers, and they need people selling animals for sacrifice. It's a part of the normal worship. And you can't really have temple sacrifice without some of these kind of financial needs being met. And Jesus is upset. What's going on? In both of these accounts, things are as anyone would expect them to be. And perhaps this tells us that the ministry of Jesus is constantly turning things on their heads, right? That things do not function exactly the way we would expect them to. That the working of God is much greater than the working of humankind. And that does seem to be what a lot of Jesus' ministry is, that there is something at work in him that is far beyond human understanding and capacity. And that's why he tells us in prayer, believe in God, and God can do things that are much greater than what you would simply expect. And then we get the line that's actually bizarre, right? Oh, the cursing fig tree is interesting, but here's the real interesting line. When you go to pray so as to move mountains, first, forgive people. Ooh. Well, that's not where this looked like it was going at all, right? The grounding and this conviction that God can do incredible things in this world begins in our forgiveness. That we must stand in forgiveness of one another to receive this incredible mercy from God. That without our forgiveness, the life of the Spirit in this world isn't going to happen. And in fact, we're going to be left with a world that's exactly the way we would expect it to be. So if we want the unexpected, if we want the reign of God to come into this world, who do you need to forgive? Who do I need to forgive? What do we need to ground this incredible conviction in God in? How do we extend that mercy that Jesus himself extends so that the work of God might be known in the world? All right. Have a wonderful day, and God bless.